everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. We are vlogging this evening. It is Friday night, the sun is out, it's a really beautiful evening, and I am currently house sitting at the most beautiful house. I still have a little bit of work I have to do tonight. I've got a really weird work schedule because I'm self-employed and that I also work part-time. Anyways, it's just one of those things. So I do have to do a little bit of work tonight. However, some of this work, it's just my own stuff, my own content creation, uploading stuff to YouTube, whatever else. So I think I could do it with a glass of wine. My plan is to head out to the shops, get a little bit of wine, get something for dinner. I've got to hang out some laundry, and yeah, we're just going to chill. If you're new to the channel, welcome to my summer diaries. My name is Grace. I'm a Canadian currently living in Dublin, Ireland. I like to make videos that is, very cozy content. I like it to feel that we're a couple of friends hanging out. I'm just documenting, life in my 30s. If any of that sounds good to you, I would love if you'd subscribe. First things first, let's go get that wine. Got the goods. Okay, that was a really sweaty walk. It's really hot outside. I think it was worth it though. It's one of those things, I had to go to Aldi to get dinner, and they do have some nice wines at Aldi, but the issue is none of them are cold, and obviously today it's really hot outside. I want something cold. So there is this little neighborhood wine shop called Green Man Wines. I haven't been there in years, but it's a really good shop. It's got really nice curated wines, and they had a couple of fridges, so they did have cold things. I couldn't help myself, so I ended up getting 2 bottles, but obviously I'm only gonna drink a little bit of one of them tonight. The first one that I got is this Austrian red wine. So it is a chilled red. It's only 11.5%, which you guys know I like wines that are 12% or less. It's just the stage of life that I'm in. That's what I like. So this is supposed to be an Austrian table wine, very light, herbaceous, and I believe red fruit. I haven't had it in years though, so it'll be interesting to see what it tastes like now. And then I also couldn't pass up this sparkling wine. So this is a French Pet Nat. We used to serve this at the wine bar years ago. Actually, during COVID, we turned the wine bar into a wine shop, and we're delivering wine around Dublin. And this is one of the wines that was really popular, but I haven't had it for a while. I used to really like it though, so I was excited to see it. It's a Pet Nat, which just means sparkling wine. It is from France, like I said. I think I said that already. I think it's from Loire, but I can't remember. And of course, it doesn't say it on here. It's only 11%, which I love. Organic, unfiltered, natural, all of those things. Very delicious. And I think it's a Chenin Blanc blend, but I can't remember. And again, it doesn't say it on the bottle. I would open this tonight, but I don't have a special sparkling wine stopper here with me. So I gotta wait until I've got someone else to drink this with, because otherwise we're gonna lose the fizz. So I'm gonna crack open this bottle of red instead. First things first though, I wanna get some air in the house, and I think I'm gonna enjoy a glass outside. So yeah, they've got some really cool windows. Here, let me show you. I had to move away from there because the light was too crazy for filming, but the wine is delicious. I think Austria makes some of the best chilled red wines. So the wines that are good for serving chilled. Although to be fair, Italy's good too, and France has some nice ones as well. Austrian red wines though were the first red wines that I ever drank chilled, and it's delicious. So, yeah. Okay, so I want to make a little snack before I have dinner, because again, it is perfect summer charcuterie weather. Some Sicilian olives, some Italian prosciutto, bit of French brie, and a few Irish blackberries. While I'm doing this, I thought I would tell you guys about my recent trip to Paris. We went to Paris to see Brandi Carlile live. So Brandi Carlile is one of my favorite musicians. I've always wanted to see her live, but it's one of those things, it seems like she never leaves the States. Like when I was living in Canada, if she'd ever gone anywhere in Canada, I would have gone. And then last year, was it last year? Just earlier in the year. Anyway, she announced this tour, European tour. One of her first stops was Dublin, and in my mind, I'm like, yes, I'm finally gonna get to see Brandi Carlile live. Signed up for the pre-sale tickets. You know, you can sign up like on the artist's website or whatever. When the pre-sale came up, that didn't work. I just, you know, nothing really happened. I don't know what was going on, but I couldn't get any tickets with that. But I was like, that's okay. I'm gonna set my alarm for when the tickets actually go on sale for Ticketmaster, and then I'm gonna get tickets. My alarm, you know, is set. I'm online probably even a couple minutes before the tickets actually go on sale. On Ticketmaster, tickets go on sale. I keep adding, you know, it's showing that there's seats available, and I keep selecting 2 tickets, add to cart. And whenever I would try to add it to the cart, it would say, these tickets are no longer available. Kept doing that. And then within 4 minutes, the concert sold out. So then I started looking at other locations. I was looking at places around the UK specifically, because that would be the easiest place for me to get to. Looked at Birmingham first because we got friends and family there. That was already sold out. And then I looked at, you know, Manchester, wherever else she was playing in the UK, that was all sold out. So then I started looking at other European cities that are easy enough for me to get to. Amsterdam was already sold out. And then I selected Paris, and I got 2 tickets for Paris. So I was like, all right, we're planning a trip to Paris. We're going to see Brandi Carlile. And then, wouldn't you know it, they've been having like this crazy heat wave in France. And obviously we didn't want to be there for the heat wave because that would be really intense. But when you looked at the forecast, like the 10-day forecast, there was 2 days of rain in the entire forecast, and those are the 2 days that we were going to be there. And when they said rain, like it really meant rain. Like it rained practically the entire time, and heavy, heavy rain. So we didn't get up to too much, but to be honest, because we were there for the concert, and both Steve and I have been to Paris before, like separately, it kind of felt like the pressure was off. I know it's like such an indulgent thing to say, like, oh, the pressure was off. We didn't have to see very many things. We still went out and walked around and, you know, did some nice things. But yeah, the main point for being there was the gig. So went to the concert. Concert was amazing. The issue with the concert was that it was unassigned seating. It was at this really beautiful theater called Le Trion, I think that's what it was called. Really beautiful theater in the Montmartre area. And I was doing research online, kind of like, you know, when it's unassigned seats, when should we go? Most of the advice said like an hour, maybe half an hour before the doors open. Doors open at 7. We headed to the area earlier because it wasn't raining anymore. And we thought like, we'll go check out, see where the theater is, and then we'll go get a glass of wine and a snack somewhere and then come back maybe an hour before. When we got there, which was over 2 hours early, there was already a significant queue. So it's like, well, I guess I'm gonna stand in the queue, because the whole point was for us to go and see this concert. So, and I'm really short. If I get stuck behind someone tall, I'm not gonna see anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stand in the queue. I've never done anything like that before. So I felt like a proper fangirl, but it was worth it. While we were in the queue too, we didn't really get many supplies. Like I had my book, so I was reading, but I wasn't like drinking anything or whatever. And I was just dreaming of like that first drink that we would get in the theater. So anyways, we get in the theater. We ended up getting first row seats on the second balcony because the good seats on the first balcony were already taken. You could have stood like, you know, in the pit or whatever, but I don't like doing that because again, I'm short. I'm not gonna be able to see anything. I would rather be able to see things and get good sound. So we went to the first balcony, went and got my drink, champagne for 12 euros. That's really good value. If you get a glass of champagne in Dublin, it's probably gonna be 22 to 24 euros. So that was indulgent and very nice, very enjoyable. Opening act was really good. It was actually Tim McGraw's daughter, Audrey McGraw, amazing vocalist. And then, yeah, Brandi came on. She was amazing. The music was so good. They sounded great. You know, her supporting team, really beautiful. Vocals were great. Music was great. Emotional experience, you know, just beautiful. But the thing that was the most amazing actually was that the crowd was so, so good. Who knew that lesbians make for the absolute best concert going crowd? So even when we were standing in the queue, it was very relaxed. Like sometimes a situation like that can be really hype, and it just wasn't. Everyone was like chilled out and we're like, well, I guess we're just gonna queue here, you know, because we're all waiting to see Brandi. That'll be good. So the queue was good. And then when the concert, inside for the concert, you have never seen a more positive, enthusiastic, supportive, respectful crowd. It was amazing. Like Brandi Carlile's fans are actually the best. It was the most fun I think that I've ever had at a concert. It was absolutely incredible. I would 100% go to see her again. And yeah, it was just, it was really beautiful. I'll try to insert some clips. I won't put in too much because of copyright issues and whatever else, but I did share a couple of longer videos on my TikTok and Instagram if you're interested in Brandi Carlile and want to see those.
And heavy are the hands that you are free to slip right through. Do what you have to do. Your face gets done in twice, and you're like holy wine. You're so bitter and so sweet. Oh, I could drink a case of you, oh, darling, and I would.
It was really good. Overall, it may have rained loads, but it was a very successful trip. Oh, the other highlight was that there was some really good gluten-free patisseries. So there's this one chain specifically called Copain. Oh, I have no idea how to actually pronounce it. I'll just put it up here. And they have 3 or 4 locations in the city center of Paris, and everything there is gluten-free. And it was so, so, so good. The first day I went, I got a lot of stuff. And then we came across the second one just like on our, you know, walk around travels. And so I got a couple more things that day too, but it was really indulgent and really delicious. So yeah, as someone with a gluten allergy, I felt like I could still enjoy, you know, the pleasures of French patisserie. So yeah, it was good.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love.
The snack was delicious. I really enjoyed it. Now, the evening's getting on. It's about 7 o'clock, but it's still really warm outside. It's some good drying weather. So the load of towels has just finished up in the washing machine. I'm going to hang them out because I feel like they will probably actually dry before I have to go to bed. So I think it's worth it.
Lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love. Remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some
right, I'm gonna make some dinner, and then I still have a little bit of work I have to do. I have to finish making a thumbnail and then schedule a video. So I think I'm going to call it a night on this part of the vlog, but I will see you all tomorrow. I'm using a darker shade than I normally would for the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter because it's acting as my bronzer for the summer. The Rare Beauty, it's their liquid blush anyways. I get Happy. Looks wild whenever it's not blended in. Sorry, I meant the shade is called Happy, not just that like, oh, it makes me happy, although it does as well. This is the setting powder that I use. It's the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's called like Airbrush something or other. But I always need to set my under eyes. I have very dark circles under my eyes just naturally. You know, it doesn't matter how much sleep I get. The skin must just be more thin there. It's like a hereditary sort of thing. So yeah, the concealer under my eyes is one of the most important bits. This massive powdered bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury for my eyes. And I'm putting a little bit of blush. It's the Pillow Talk blush from Charlotte Tilbury, also on my eyes. I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera because I gotta get real close to the mirror. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do, because I feel like having a little bit of a sparkle today, is this blush topper, powder blush, I don't know, again. It's from Rare Beauty. Again, this is the shade Happy. Very pink and shimmery. And I just kind of tap it on. Heavy-handed, I think. It's hard for me to do it on camera. Okay, so now we gotta zhuzh up the hair. So I washed my hair yesterday. The great thing about having this short haircut is that I don't need to blow dry it anymore, which is amazing. Biggest time saver. And again, in the summer and this heat, it's so good because before it would take me ages to blow dry my hair. I would be getting so sweaty doing it. Brutal. So now I just blow dry my fringe and then the rest air dries. I just put in a bit of product. I'm house sitting right now and I didn't bring my dry shampoo. A little bit of dry shampoo in my fringe right now would be ideal just because, again, it's so hot. I got a little bit sweaty, but like I said, I don't have it. So already I think this is grand. Like this is actually, it's not too bad. I'd like it to have a bit more pizzazz. So I just spray it down with some water first. Fun because now that it's short, I'm actually working with a natural texture and getting a bit of my waves and curls back. My hair was so long before, it was so heavy. So it wasn't really curling, but it wouldn't stay proper straight either. I don't know, it just had a mind of its own. My hairstylist had recommended this one salt spray. He works with a brand from Australia. He was gonna order some in for me, so I will be getting that soon. But in the meantime, I'm just working with the products that I already own. So yesterday I put in a leave-in conditioner from Way. This is the leave-in conditioner that I used, and then I also used a little bit of this Wonder Foam Volumizer. So this is a total dupe. This is from Aldi and they're ripping off Color Wow for sure. This is like Color Wow branding. You know how Aldi does these very obvious dupes? I might just, it's just like a foam like that. Well, that's probably too much. I'll just put like a little bit in. Well, yeah. That's pretty good. Will I put in a bit of leave-in conditioner? Yeah, I'm gonna just do one little spritz of the leave-in conditioner and just like rub it on my hands. And scrunch it in. I'm just wearing these little thin gold hoops. They're only, you know, cheap ones from Joe Fresh actually in Canada. And yeah, that's me.
I don't have to look no further, 'cause I've reached my destination. I used to be lost, but now I'm found.
Okay, so it's way later on. What have I done today? I filmed the video about my haircut and then I uploaded my July plan with me video. And then I hung out with Steve for a little bit. We went and got some coffee and then I rang my sister. She lives in BC, so it's an 8-hour time change. So if we ever get to chat on the phone, it's got to be like evening time or late afternoon my time and morning her time. So anyways, had a nice little catch up with her. It is another sweltering day outside. We are getting like a full little heat wave here in Dublin. So by heat wave, I mean it's like 26, 27 degrees. That is hot for us, like really hot. This house that I'm staying at, it's really cool. They have an outdoor sauna. And then beside the outdoor sauna, they have an outdoor shower, but then also they have this tub set up for like a plunge pool. I'm going to fill the tub up with water from the hose and I'm going to go sit outside in that tub for a little bit. That sounds really nice to me. It's going to feel, because I don't have access to a swimming pool or anything like that, but this is going to feel like that. But even better, I'll be able to read my book while I'm in it. So yeah, let's go fill up that tub. So I'll just show you guys real quickly what I'm talking about with the backyard sauna area. This is the actual sauna. Really cute. It's one of those like wet saunas, so you can actually pour water on top of these rocks when the rocks get hot, and then it, fills it with steam. You could do some nice aromatics with that. And when you're done in the sauna, right across from you is this outdoor shower up here. See? There's the outdoor shower, and then this is the pool. Don't mind the hose. We were having issues with the hose. Looks all a mess right now, but it's because I was trying to water the plants and then it wasn't working. We had to take it apart. Anyways, I'm gonna have a look at that now and just, like I said, fill the tub up for a little outdoor bath. That's gonna take a little while to fill. It's about 5 o'clock, maybe 5:15, something like that. I don't know, I'm losing track of the time. I think I'm going to repeat what I did last night, have a nice little snack and a glass of wine, and then I'll have the soak, chill out for a little bit, and then we'll go down to making dinner and any, chores or whatever that I have to do after that. I thought now would be a good time to tell you a bit about the book that I'm currently reading. It's called The Amusements, and it's by Aingeala Flannery. I believe this is her debut novel. I don't know if she used to write short stories or something like that as well. Here she is. She's a journalist and she writes short stories as well. This book is interesting. It's set in rural Ireland. It's actually like a coastal town called Tramore. And it's one of these places that is, busy in the summer with tourists and then kind of dies off in the winter. It's called the Amusements because I think that's where, that's what they refer to as, like the carnival essentially, or, the fair where there's different rides and things to amuse yourselves with. Kind of loud out here. Hopefully it's okay. I didn't know what to expect, but essentially each chapter is from a different person's perspective and it jumps a lot in timeline as well. So it might be we, see a moment in time from this one girl's perspective and then someone that was in that chapter in the next section, it might be, 10 years on or whatever, and we're kind of seeing what they're up to. But it's small town. What do they say on the back? There's some really good ways of summing it up. Vibrant, evocative, brings the exploits of an Irish coastal town brilliantly to life. A couple people cite Elizabeth Strout, who's one of my favorite authors, actually. She's an American author. And this does feel like the Irish version of Elizabeth Strout because she's really capturing small town scandal and whatnot. And then even with this idea too of writing each chapter from a different person's perspective, Elizabeth Strout does that sometimes. I think especially in her novel, Olive Kitteridge, and then Olive Again maybe as well. It's like multiple people's perspective with some repeating perspectives along the way. I was recommended this book by Sarah Gilmartin, who wrote Service. So we had Sarah at our first book club. We read Service, and I invited her to come along, and she did come along. And then she recommended this book to me and another one as well. And she said that she actually has the contact information for this author. So I wanted to read it before I definitely chose to have it on for book club. I think it would be a really good one for August. So I'm going to try to reach out to Angela and see if she's around for our book club date in August and see if she's interested in coming along. If she's not around, then maybe we'll push it to another month. But I thought it would be fun to read it in August because it's summery still, a very summery novel. There's some wild stuff that happens in this, like a bit of drama. Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. It's interesting because I didn't really like the first chapter. I wasn't into it in the first chapter. It didn't really grab me. And I didn't realize that each chapter was going to be from a different person's perspective. I was so pleased whenever the next chapter was a different perspective, and I was so much more interested in that person's story. So if you were to pick it up, I think don't just judge it by the first chapter. Give it a chance and get into it, and then maybe you'll enjoy it. And if you like Elizabeth Strout, then I think it's worth a read. So yeah, I still have about a quarter of the book, maybe a third left. So we'll see, how it actually turns out in the end, but so far so good.
Hey mama, could you get up soon? I get so cold in the other room. Here I am, honey, half awake. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay.
Okay, so that was really nice. That was well worth the wait, chilling in the tub outside. It was cold at first just because I was so warm, but to be honest, the water wasn't that cold. Like once I was in, and I was able to just chill for a little bit. After that, I was reading my book outside, just, on the patio. Now I'm gonna make some dinner. It's just really simple. I'm gonna have a steak and a little bit of salad. I'm gonna watch a show probably while I'm eating. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any good show recommendations. I feel like I haven't been watching as much stuff in the summer. Just because we're busier, it's like a natural sort of thing. And then also, I don't know, it feels weird to watch things when it's bright outside still, and it's staying light until like 10:30 p.m. here pretty much. And I want to go to bed at 11. So yeah, I haven't been watching much, but I am always curious if there's anything that's really good, that's come out on any of the main streaming platforms. So yeah, if you know of anything, let me know in the comments. I also want to apologize for this ridiculous looking microphone that's in practically every clip. Because I am house sitting, I just brought my little camera, my DJI Pocket Osmo. So I need the microphone, the little lapel or lavalier microphone, so that the sound is half decent. When I'm filming at home, I use my fancy camera that actually has a microphone that I plug into on top of it. Anyways, That's why I don't normally have a microphone clipped onto me, but I do right now. Hopefully you can just ignore it. All right, I finished cooking my dinner, so I'm gonna have a steak, salad, and then I have Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream for dessert. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think I'm gonna sign off the vlog here because I'm going to eat and, like I said, hopefully find some kind of nice show to watch, and then I'll probably just read my book after that. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, you are the absolute best. It feels really good to be back and, you know, filming some vlogs and sharing with you guys again. Like I said, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus just with summer, you know, it's so busy, but yeah, it feels good to be back engaging with the community. If you want to watch another video, I will link some more vlogs in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.